Bang!
You have now access to complicated production.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do? Another edition of Orange Juice and a Blunt for breakfast. We are the digital newspaper fellas. Me, Bogey, and Slim. Top of the morning, Bogey. How your motherfucking morning start now, big bro?
And you know what I'm saying? Just keeping it lit. Slow motion in the big old ocean. Trying to stay afloat.
Facts, man. We are keeping it lit on the big yard 100%, man. Like Big Bro said, with slow motion in the big old ocean, man. My pops call this motherfucker the big yard. If you know what the yard is, man, we are on the big yard 100%, man. We making it happen. And y'all know what time it is.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. Finna see some paper.
One more time. One more time.
You might got to run it back. We can't hear that thing.
You can't hear it? You said you can't hear it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Let's see. I thought we had that.
Things like this can occur in the field.
Right. I thought we had all that. Okay. I see what it is. We're going to run it back 2 more times.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast while I read the paper. Finna hit the block, about to see some paper.
Yes, sir. One more time, man.
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast while I read the paper. Finna hit the block, about to see some paper.
Here it is. We are the digital newspaper fellas, 100%. Let's get caught up in the motherfucking chat. We got my dog Ear to the Streets, a.k.a. Lee. He said, what's up? What's up, my good brothers? Hope all is well. 15 days to the motherfucking NFL draft. Yes, you are. Or yes, we are, as the Gen Wealth Fantasy Football Network. We are on the countdown to the NFL draft. Like Big Bro said, 15 days, 2 weeks in a motherfucking wake up. We will be having all 3 days of draft coverage. So you make sure you go over to the Gen Wealth Net _, on YouTube. Go get subscribed. Click the bell button so you know when we popping up, because we popping up damn near every day of the week. And then you know what I mean? Get locked in with us and come pull up on the motherfucking on the draft coverage that we got popping off 100%. Shout out to the Ear to the Streets, man. We got a Neil in the building. Good afternoon, big bro. What's going on, Canada? Stand the fuck up, man. 100%. I'm watching you guys outside of my large TV. It's intense. You out there by that pool area in sunny, beautiful Texas, where it's about 85 degrees right now. I see you with the light stunt right now, big bro. Oh, my mama. Shout out to my dog, Lee. Shout out to everybody in Texas, 100% that's tuned in with us. Shout out to everybody that's in Canada tuned in with us, 100%. Man, we're going to keep this bitch fired up. We got my dog, Derek, in the building. Top of the morning, big bro. Salute, man. I can hear y'all. Good looking, big bro. Oh, my mama. Let's see. Need help. Would you guys trade Monty and a 2027 first for Zay Flowers and TT? I'll be receiving Zay Flowers. You know, I think that so I've been watching Steve Smith's podcast, bro. And you know, it's called 89. It's with one of them boys off of the NFL Network, right? And so Jeremiah Smith, I think his name is, from Ohio State, the true freshman, and the true freshman from Alabama, the 2 wide receivers. Look, them 2027 picks might be gold, because them 2 receivers, like, you see what they did, you know, as true freshmen this year. And the hype is building up, bro. So we got this season, and then we got next season, right? And then we go ahead and get they coming into the draft pool. So my thing is, Emil, you know, I might want to save my 2027 picks, because fucking Jeremiah and the other young bull out of Alabama, man, they saying them dudes is like the upper echelon of wide receivers to come out within the next few years, bro. Oh, my mama. So I'm
if you ask me, if I could always help myself win now, I usually heavily consider it. But yeah, I also don't care. I operate without picks most of the time because I'll move them. You know what I mean?
100%. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
And
So
when you trade Monty and see the thing is like, right, Monty for Zay Flowers should be straight up though. You know what I mean? Because or not even a 2027 first round. You might even have to throw something maybe a second or a third round there. But in my opinion, Zay Flowers, he's not he's a number 2 receiver. He can put up 1,000 yards, but he's only getting it on 70 catches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's destined to be a number 2, as well as like
TDs. He don't score a lot.
Yeah, and then you add DeAndre Hopkins for what that's worth on a team that already has a low pass volume. You know what I mean? So yeah, I kind of don't. I'm not a Zay Flowers guy. But if I can somehow flip Monty for Zay straight up, I still like that for dynasty purposes. But like Monty is probably gonna put up a floor versus it's gonna be more volatile playing Zay Flowers on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah. 100%.
So like even if you don't make this move, I'm okay. Like if I'm trying to win now, like I'm not a Zay Flowers guy. Also, so maybe this doesn't happen.
I haven't been either, and I don't know what your roster is because you might not be using him as your number 1 wide receiver either. You might have a good depth of wide receivers or a good build of wide receivers to where this dude is is probably a WR3 or maybe a solid flex for you. And if
or maybe he's even looking for maybe he's even just looking for youth at the position. Maybe he has older receivers and he's looking to get young, or maybe he has an abundance of running backs. So I mean. I'm assuming because at the end of the day, like if someone is receiver needy, you know what I mean? That I still wouldn't even pay up that for Zay Flowers. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even send a 27 first right now for Zay Flowers, straight up. You know what I mean?
You said you maybe send the 27 first for Zay?
I might do that actually. If I could just keep Monty too, and I'm trying to win now because like I won't have to feel that loss of that first round for a few seasons, you know what I mean? Right. But that's the thing too when it comes to having first round picks in the holster. It's like, if I have them mid-season and I'm making a push, I usually use that to go buy something I need from somebody who's out of it. You know what I mean? Somebody that's not in the mix, not trying to make it. You know what I mean? They want to get a higher draft pick. And then, at that point, multiple first rounds looks appealing to them. So it's like, hey, you know what I mean? Here's my first round. Let me go get Derrick Henry or, it's usually an aging player as well, too. That, you know what I mean? That you can go around and buy a player off of somebody who's not competing. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I might hold off on that one. If I can send like a 2 and a 3 or even just a 2, maybe I'll consider that because maybe he is receiver needy and this might feel appealing to him.
My bad, bro. I had to go run in the house.
It's all good. I'm just trying to I'm just killing it, talking my ass off until you pop back up type of shit. Pause.
Oh fuck, man. Okay. Yeah, that Zay Flowers shit though. Like I said, big bro.
My bad earlier too. Right after the intro, my daughter comes in. She's like, "I made a mess." I'm like, "Oh, I got to go clean up." She spilled the snacks everywhere, and she's like, "I want strawberry milk." Oh, the whole thing got to. Thing and steer the thing. I'm like, I just started the show, man.
Hey, that's the hump day is the madness day. It ain't Monday, it's Wednesday because you halfway there, but you still might be halfway asleep or still halfway tired from just starting the week.
We're gonna ride this thing out though.
100%.
How we coast this thing right into the weekend.
Oh my mama. Or you might just be super excited and the week is just pushing all the way through that. You know what I mean? The Wednesday don't mean nothing, man. That means that you 2 days worth of the weekend.
I'm excited for her because she's gonna start preschool next year. So like now she'll start getting some structure and not just be like my ultimate attached to me sidekick. You know what I mean? It's time for you to go see the world now. You know what I mean? Like this is the start because it's like. Get some structure. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to go to sleep early. You got to wake up at a certain time. And you know what I mean? Stuff like that. School tremendously helps that because all my kids was late night. They're trying to kick it with me all night. Like, all I go here is to sleep. But as soon as they get into school, it's a different story. You know what I mean?
Structure is mandatory. 100%. If you ain't got no structure, you ain't got no discipline. You're just gonna be everywhere. 100%.
Yeah, like my little man, he he didn't do preschools, he did kindergarten. So it's kind of like a big jump for him to be up from like, I'm like, yo, you gotta go to sleep. Then they gave us the opportunity to choose from the morning class or the one that starts like at 11:30. And I was like, you know, we'll do the 11:30. Cause this motherfucker sleeps like his mom and shit. Like, it takes him forever to get up. Me, I'm a ninja, bro. We at it. You know what I mean?
Oh, my mama.
I almost rarely sleep in through noise and things of that nature. Like,
it ain't no sleeping in, man. Sleeping in for what? What is that? 100%.
I've been getting the chance like once a week to sleep in here and there. It's been pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I bet you your
sleeping in is like getting up at like 6:30 or
that's
7.
What I was finna say. That's exactly what I was finna say too. Oh, my mama. Hey, we got Minnesota Den in the building. Top of the morning, big bro.
Top of the morning, Minnesota Denny.
We got Mr. Bakes a lot in the building. Top of the morning, big bro.
Bakersfield, stand up.
Come on now, California, man, in the motherfucking building, man. 100%.
We in this thing.
Before we get to the first topic, let's go ahead and play a message from our sponsor, Mr. NeonPeacockMerch.com.
Yeah.
Y'all see what time it is, man. Go do yourself a favor. Slide over there right now, man. There's a sale going on, man. 15% off. Use code everything15, man. On my mama. And then if you tap in with bro on the gram or on Facebook, bro, hit him on the DMs. If you want to bring something to life, big bro gonna resuscitate it and put the CPR on it and bring that motherfucker to life. And you're gonna feel like, oh yeah, he's the one. On my mama. So neonpeacockmerch.com, man. Slide over there, get locked in. And slide through the motherfucking website, see what you like, and then throw some of them things in your motherfucking cart, man. And like I said, do yourself a favor, man. 100%. Salute. Yeah. There go big bro right there. Oh, my mama. He said last few hours for the sale on my mama. So slide over there, man. Do yourself a motherfucking favor, man. 100%. Big bro must be in the matrix right now. Look like he about to pull back up. 100%. And then we'll kick it off with the first motherfucking topic. Everything.
My bad, Matrix.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Yeah. And speaking of that, go on to neonpeacockmerch.com and get you a Bogard in the Matrix t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Get you a only you can keep it lit joint. You feel me? Smokey the Bear keeping it lit. You know what I mean? And today is the last day of our $15 t-shirt sale. Promo code everything15.
Flats, 100%. Let's get into the first motherfucking first fucking topic.
Nice.
Share the screen.
Boom, 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 boom.
And now the details of a food delivery gone wrong. 32-year-old Keelan McKeever now facing charges, accused of shooting at a DoorDash driver over a dispute related to an order. Detectives say a 19-year-old man was driving his delivery vehicle when gunfire suddenly hit the rear window. We're hearing from that driver tonight. Action News reporter Becca Henderson is live in Richland Town, Bucks County with those details. Becca.
Rick,
you hear that shit, bro?
So lucky to be alive. That bullet was about an inch away from critically injuring or maybe even killing him. And here's the catch. The guy said his delivery was late. The driver had no idea.
I heard my windshield, and it just sounded like it was
That's
raining.
Fucked up.
It's just glass.
In that moment, 19-year-old Khalik Lewis says he didn't know. he had nearly been shot.
It was through the hood, so I could poke a finger through where it was.
It was a bullet. Lewis says he was driving for DoorDash on Saturday night around 9:30 p.m. when he pulled up to a customer's home on the 100 block of Cherry Street in Richland Town Borough.
He said, "Any reason you were so late?" And that's when I turned around at him and I was like, "I don't know," because I had a double dash.
He is 32-year-old Keelan McKeever. Lewis says McKeever was angry, flipping him off, and was coming toward his car. So he started honking and tried to get out of there as fast as he could.
I was just really scared. So I floored it, honking, obviously, because he's coming up to my car in my space.
Police say McKeever fired a shot. The bullet lodged in Lewis's sweatshirt. He drove away and called 911, still not knowing exactly what happened.
He shot a 9mm gun at me, bullet, and we found a fragment in my hood, and there was a hole in the back of my car.
State police arrested McKeever Monday on charges including attempted homicide. DoorDash said in a statement in part, "This is an utterly shocking and senseless act of violence. We're relieved the dasher wasn't injured, and we've reached out to make sure they are okay," and that they've deactivated McKeever's account. Lewis says he feels lucky to be alive.
Just really scared, honestly. I don't ever want to do DoorDash again.
Lewis also said,
Cold world.
Damn.
Cold world, huh, bro?
I mean, like, that's the guy that literally is gonna hurt somebody one day just because he's a piece of shit. Like, that's a road rage having motherfucker. That's like, what? My DoorDash is late. So hungry. You know what I mean? He runs out with the strap for real. Like, he could have dome called him.
It was an inch away. That lady said it was an inch away from, critically hurting him or even worse. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
over, like you said, bruh is just a complete shitty human being. You're gonna shoot your gun at somebody over some food. It ain't like bruh spit in your food or did anything to your food. Bruh is doing the DoorDash. They had him go somewhere else, and boom, he had to go. And then come.
Dude was literally doing you. There's a service that you pay someone to do you a favor.
Oh my goodness.
To go get you, you're hungry. You're paying the service to get your food. This motherfucker's late.
Oh my mama, you lazy bastard. You mad because this motherfucker went and did something for you and it wasn't up to your liking. Oh wow.
He might have felt entitled. I'm paying for this strong time. This motherfucker's sitting there with his gun and a stopwatch and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. But with DoorDash, whenever they're late or they fuck up an order, all you gotta do is report it, and then 9 times out of 10 they'll reimburse you somehow. You know what I mean? Like,
you're
right, kind of a cheat code. Like, hey, I got my food. There was something spilled in the bag. They'll be like, oh, okay, woo. They give you a fucking credit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It was late. Maybe he could have got some kind of credit for it. Some shit. Like, I'm almost happy if they're late or they fuck up my shit. Like, cool. So I'm about to get reimbursed some of it, if not all of it.
And see, me, I'm a picky eater, right? And like, burgers and pizza is like the shit that I go to, right? It's more shit, but you can understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So if I do DoorDash and I get a burger, and if it's cheese on my burger, I ain't mad at the motherfucker that brought this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm mad at the motherfuckers that made the shit.
Yeah, because you're like, man, I told him no cheese, motherfucker.
So I'm going
to. That's the worst when it comes to ordering shit. It's like, because I like to I customize almost everything I eat, bro. Like, I'm always adding shit, and I'm always, this on the side of this or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm doing extra shit. So, like, you know what I mean? I hate ordering on DoorDashes and stuff like that because it's like, it's got to be like a standard type of, you know what I mean? Not a lot of times you can't customize it how you would like in person or over the phone or, you know what I mean?
Right. Top of the morning clock. We got clock management in the motherfucking
building.
Clock
in the building.
Nah, and them is facts. See, and my thing like is if we doing like some fast food or something like that going through the drive-thru, I typically don't go through the drive-thru because, like you said, they can fuck up. You know what I mean? I'd rather go inside and talk to the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That way I know I'm getting fresh food and my food ain't gonna be fucked up. You feel me? You know what I mean? And motherfuckers is humans. Motherfuckers make mistakes. I ain't gonna get pissed off at you because it's a rush hour and, you know what I mean? You might put sour cream on my nachos because I don't eat sour cream. You know what I mean? But just go ahead and let's redo this.
It's like you open that nachos. Hold on. Fuck that. Start bending around into the drive-thru with the strap-ola. Can you imagine that? Motherfuckers is crazy these days.
Oh, look, we just seen a football player do it, Terrell Suggs.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
at the Starbucks. Like, come
Mhm.
on, man. Like, really though, bro, you gonna try and intimidate somebody over some food with a pistol? And this dude fired this motherfucker. Like, come on, what the
That, and here's the dumb part about it too. Say he did hit him, and say he didn't kill him. Now he got it. Now he got what's that charge? First of all, his charge already for disengaging, or what is it called?
So well, that's it. That's
Discharging a firearm in public. That's
Right.
already a charge, right? And even if like he didn't hit the guy, your information is there. You just ordered food. They're gonna know where you're at, the address. It's the
100%.
stupidest shit ever.
And you know what else, bro? It said in the news story that the reporter said they hit Brett with a attempted.
See?
He,
Hey, look at this.
probably 15 off the rip. 10.
Hey, look,
Oh,
if they interview dude, right, and they go, okay, so walk me through what happened, and he goes, well, he was late with my order. I was pretty angry, so I went to my gun safe, pulled my gun out, and I ran out there to confront him. I just shot. It was in the heat of the moment. You know what they'll do? If that's the story, where the part of the story is he had to go somewhere to get the gun, that's consciously going to get it. They can hit you with premeditated. You know what I mean? Say he had killed. He's lucky he didn't kill the guy, and they're gonna get him for attempted. And you know what's funny? When you're in the Pinta, you can't order DoorDash, bro. You know what I mean?
got no gun.
Can't order DoorDash, bro, from the Pinta.
Man, that motherfucker don't got no pistol in the pink dot neither. So
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
so everything you punk motherfucker. And then the cold thing is like, right, Lil Bruh said it make him don't even want to do DoorDash. Nigga, that's PTSD. He's still shook to this day, bro.
Hey, boom, 2 DoorDash.
Come on now.
They're gonna settle him out. You know what I
Shit
mean?
crazy, bro. Oh my mind.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because that PTSD shit real, bro.
100%.
This fool hear a backfire from a car. You know what I mean? Like, and the fact that like, look at this. What did he say? He didn't even know it was a gunshot. So to me, that indicates he's not from that elk. He's not even he wouldn't be able to pinpoint and be like, oh my God, that's a gunshot. He was so kind of naive, and the world is okay to him. Now this shit rocked his whole entire world, bruh. You know what I mean? He probably went from being like oblivious and naive to and it wasn't his fault, but now like he's just reasonably paranoid in a motherfucker. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, welcome to the world. You know what I mean? And that's fucked up too. It's not like he's solicited any kind of reaction like this. Even if he was late, it could have been just as simple as he couldn't find the place. He's like how late was he? You know, was
You know
like,
what, big bro? That's a damn good point, because you know how I was telling you I got the plumber coming over here for a certain situation.
yeah.
So last week he was supposed to be here at a certain time, right? The owner of the company was sending bruh out, right? And so he was supposed to be here at a certain time. When bruh called me and was like, bruh, what's going on? Why you not at home or nothing like that? You know what happened? The GPS sent him to the wrong spot. What could have happened? Why, bro? You know what I mean? These motherfucking Siri. I hate using Siri for directions. You know what I mean? Because that bitch be lying like a motherfucker. Be having you on the other side of the motherfucking town when you're supposed to be back the other way. You know what I mean? Come
Hey,
on.
look at this. I lived on the street before, right? It's called Baton Rouge Drive.
Yeah.
But there was also a Baton Rouge. And like when I order a pizza, when I first moved to this spot, it would go and I would call and I'd be like, yo, where's my pizza? And they're like, oh, it's still out. And then the driver would call and I'd have to be on the phone with them and give them the directions to my house, because they would pull up to it would take them to another house. But I'm like, I'm in a townhouse, not a house. This is what this back in my hometown, you know what I mean? And I'm like, why every time this fucking GPS takes them to the shit? They can't put it in my address, but it takes them to the other side of the street. And it doesn't even match the numbers either. I'm like, why does it do that? It's the damnedest.
Oh my mama.
2-3 cold pizzas, I figured it out. I was like, oh, it's the GPS is sending them to the wrong side. So now I had to tell them to put a note in it. You know, I had to tell the round table, you got to put a note in it by my address that it's drive, not just the street. You know what I mean? Like,
And Emil said he was crying at the joke that you said ain't no DoorDash in the pen. Oh,
Hey, real talk, bro. You gonna be that? You should be grateful that we live. That he had freedom and he could call someone to pay them a service to do something for you.
Straight ungrateful bastard, bro. Oh,
In a country, you could even have the gun that you even shot. You know what I mean? Now they're gonna take all that away from him, dumbass.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's done. He's
an angry motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, he's definitely finna go sit down for an extensive amount of time for some stupidity. You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, little bro got PTSD from this shit, man. 100%. You know what I mean? The motherfucker don't even want to go out and make no money. You know what I mean? He 19 years old. Fresh out of high school, you know what I mean? Probably in college or whatever the fuck he doing, trying to get some chalupa to go out on Saturday night, him and his bride or him and his partners, you know what I mean? And this punk motherfucker want to let
Look at how
off.
naive he was, though. He's like, it was a hole in the hood. I could put my finger through it. Like, he did not know what that was at first. Like, what is that? Probably until you thought, oh, no, that's a gunshot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and then he's like, it was 9mm. Yeah, motherfucker, you play Call of Duty? You probably looked in the rear view. Oh shit, he's wielding a 9.
He said he probably plays Call of Duty.
Come on, man. You knew exactly what kind of gun that was.
Fucking hey, Emil said I hate Siri too. Yeah, that broad is a cold broad, bro. And see, right when I just said that, she's going off right now. Oh, everything. Hey. You ain't even got to hold the button no more. That bride just pop up right when you say her name, bro. This shit is crazy.
I remember when they started doing all the advancements with that bitch, right? Like, you know, all the new shit you could have the bitch do. And then even like making it different accents. So I had her as a South African accent, right? And then I started realizing when I'm commanding her, like voice commanding and shit, it wasn't saying exactly what I'm saying. And then I was like, oh, maybe if I say it in the accent. You know what I mean? That shit is exactly how I was like. So I did that for a little while until someone else saw me doing it. Because my girl, she would see me at the house. I wouldn't give a fuck. She was laughing. You're stupid. You know? They're like, well, why do you voice text in an accent? Like, so it says it accurately. Just talking English. Like, I got a sense of South African. You know what I mean?
Come on now. Bakes-a-lot said Siri was like, turn left. Those are trees. Trust me. LOL. It might be the tree you can drive through up north. Remember that big ass redwood in the somewhere up north? You could drive through that bitch. That bitch trying to have you go up there, bro.
Oh, hey, I remember going to that shit on a field trip, bro.
That shit is crazy.
In the days.
Oh my
god. That was a trip though, because like you know, them motherfuckers would be as thick as a house, some of them. You know what I mean? And you standing in front of it, and you're like, yeah, you know, just thinking about like this motherfucker been here for millions of years.
Cold world, right? Everything.
Touching on it like, oh shit, this is crazy history. You know what I mean? This will be here long, long after all of us. You know what I mean?
Them is facts, 100%, bro.
Yeah, them redwoods is crazy. That's when the dinosaurs was around for real. Oxygen enriched environments.
I hate redwood trees. I hate them redwood trees because the sheddings and the fucking I guess you can call them leaves, but they shed. I hate that shit
too, huh?
Yeah, the bark on my mama. I hate that shit. Them eucalyptus trees shed bad. 100%. Them motherfuckers is bitches to maintain. I ain't gonna lie.
That's right, huh? Hey, I never thought of that too, because you handle all different terrains. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what about the palm trees? Those things get messy too, huh?
I hate them motherfuckers too.
Yeah,
we got them in our yard, man.
A palm tree, that shit all be in my backyard.
Man, that shit nastier than a motherfucker, man. If you don't take.
And then them bitches go up hella high. When you see
100%.
If you see a motherfucking palm tree that's hella high up there, that bitch is old.
Remember, they was taking them from Southern California and transplanting them to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
On everything.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Facts.
Hey, the mobsters, Beanie Siegel's like, you know what? We did some palm trees here. We're good to go.
Come on now.
Because imagine that. You're trying to sell it like you're selling it to the commission, right? You're like, all right, look, build casinos in Las Vegas. Like in the desert? Yeah, bro.
Come on now.
You know how cheap shit is over there? Man, it's hella hot out there, bro. Like, listen, hold on. A couple palm trees, air conditioning. We're in there. You know
We're
what I mean?
in there. Steal all the water from the Colorado River. We're in
Right?
there.
Did they build the dam? Well, how old is that dam?
The
I've been to that
Lake
dam when I was a
Mead,
kid.
the Hoover Dam or the Lake
Yeah.
Mead Dam?
The Hoover Dam.
They built that in like the 20s and the 30s, like type.
Okay, so that was around the time when they was
Like
building
it was during the Great Depression, I think.
And that shit is crazy. That shit in real life.
I think it's one of the wonders of the world.
Oh, word.
I think
Wow.
so.
I've been, okay. See, look at that. I've been to one of them. Cross it off the list now. Now
Hey,
it's my mission.
Hey, did you do it by helicopter or y'all drove to it?
Now we drove to it, and then we did the tour of the facility and everything. So like when you're out, so there's a part of the tour when you get to the outside, and then you're kind of like on this like this little bridge, little walk area, and then like there's like a barrier that's probably like 5 feet tall, and it's like a concrete barrier, and it's pretty thick. Then on the other side of the barrier, you look and it's the water and all the shit where the dams, the water's coming into the thing. You know what I mean?
Oh wow!
So people are taking pictures and shit. And my uncle, he's my favorite drunkle, right? My rest in peace, my drunkle Larry.
Rest in
You know
peace,
what I mean?
huh?
Yeah, and so he just jumped on top of the concrete thing, right? And he's walking on it like a catwalk, you know what I mean? And then like, they're all telling him, hey, get down. He's a grown ass man. And then he just jumps, right? And then my aunt, she's screaming and shit. And she looks over the thing. There's a little fucking little concrete embankment that stretches out. So he's just ducked under there. He's laughing. You know what I mean? They ride away. People like, hey, jump back over here. You know what I mean? Because there was still another barrier, but it was just a barrier. She couldn't see it unless you look over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
fuck
she was
that.
mad as a motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't fuck with no heights. I can never play no joke like that, big bro. Fuck that.
I still remember that shit.
Oh,
the fucking
everything.
securities were like, "Oh, it's not funny." Blah blah blah. They were really talking with him, but he was laughing, man.
I believe it.
She was white as the ghost.
Hey, you can do the helicopter ride from Vegas to the Hoover Dam.
Oh, word.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, I remember. We looked into riding the helicopter. Period in Vegas. It wasn't that much, but it was just like it was gonna take a chunk out of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, fuck it. But it was only gonna be like $90 a head or something like that. Hey, close the door, Mimi.
Yeah, I can't fuck with no helicopter, bro. Oh my mama. I do not want to have that type of access to see shit while I'm hella 10,000 feet up in the air and I'm looking down, man. Fuck that. Like I said, I don't like heights. When I fly, I'm just locked in with my headphones on, or I got my movie playing, bro. Leave me the fuck alone, man. Oh, everything. Let me zone out on what I'm locked in on. Because ain't no way, excuse me, y'all. But yeah, ain't no way in the world, bro. I'm doing that helicopter ride. Fuck that. Oh, my mama.
I mean, my studio for a few years was at the Hillview Airport in San Jose, right? So it's the little private airport. Make a long story longer, the building that I had my studio in, I shared it with a helicopter instructor. So you had one of them helicopters, but it looked like a little glass bowl and had
the one person one. Is it a one-seater?
It's a two-seater, but yeah, but it got it just looks like the skeleton of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a trainer's one. You know what I mean? Or I don't even know if it's just a trainer's one, but this is what he gave the courses and like dude was hella legit. You know what I'm saying? I would always see him every day going up, taking off. You know what I mean? He'll come through, bring his own friends too, and they'll go up and, hey Bogard, I'm going up in the telly. He had an accent, by the way. He was an English dude. And long story longer, right? It was and you could probably even Google this, but it was July 3rd, 2008, right? Because we're about to do an event at Great America July 4th. So July 3rd, I'm in the studio. We're just getting hella shit ready and getting all the equipment ready. And then like we just see him. He's coming in the building, you know what I mean? And he's with his friend. And I'm gonna take him up in the heli. But they're clearly intoxicated. But I've seen him do this every day. Yes, you can look this up, right? And then the next morning when we're coming back to pick up hella shit, there's like hella news reporters and all kind of shit. And yeah, he never came back, but they crashed. They hit like a line somewhere, you know what I mean? Because there's like strict fucking little fly areas for them, you know what I mean?
Right. No, so
and it's right, and so like we're 680. There's a 680 right off the Capitol Expressway and Telly, and that's where the studio's at. But so they just got too close to the little freeway thing and they hit some lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, you know where the American Canyon is on the 80?
Mm-hmm.
So look, back in the days, it was a motherfucker that hit some of them lines somewhere out that way, right? And now, after that accident happened, they put them little balls, like red balls, on the power line so them motherfuckers in the helicopters and shit can see them fucking lines.
That's why they have those things. Like, you know, when you go to like Livermore and all that shit.
Oh, my mama. I forgot what, I think I might have been living in the Bay when that shit happened. And, you know, I was in the Bay in the 80s. Oh, my
because I remember the early 90s. I used to take that trip every day when my parents, they commuted and shit. You know what I mean? So I remember taking that trip often, like as a kid, going through the hills of Livermore and
on my mama.
Tracy and all. You know what I mean? They got all the big ass windmills.
The big windmills on my mama.
Here and there, you would see like them lines, like go all the way across the other side of the mountain for real, man. And then have all the little colored dot things on them. You know what I mean? They look like buoys and shit.
Facts. Lee said the Steelers are hosting a Marion Hampton. The Raiders are visiting with Shador. Bake said they're about to start the first tours of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the oldest record of the 10 Commandments is like 2,000 years old. Only 1,600 tickets are going to be sold per day for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Let's go, bro.
So check this out. When they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? I think it was like maybe in the 50s, maybe. But anyways, there's this guy. His name is John Marco Allegro. It might be John D. Marco Allegro, something like that. But he there's a book called The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross, right? So anyone who don't know, the Dead Sea Scrolls is essentially like the first drafts of the New Testament. You know what I mean? So it's the Jesus story. You know what I mean? And so like this guy, him and like a dozen other scholars, they all get chose by the Smithsonian and whoever the fuck's involved to come in and translate this bitch. You know what I mean? And so everyone's translating it one after another. They're all saying the same thing. Oh, this is the New Testament, blah, blah, blah. This one guy goes, Jesus was a mushroom. He's like, that was his translation to the whole shit, ancient Sumerian shit. And he wrote a whole book about it. Fucking a sacred mushroom in the cross, right? It's a real thing. And then because he went like, and it's kind of crazy because you can find old cathedrals and stained glass depictions of Jesus as a mushroom. Like it's crazy. And like, but this is way before this guy's theory. And then they ended up finding this guy dead, like in the desert.
Wow.
Yeah, they got rid of him for sure. You know what I mean? And then somebody probably about like 12, 13 years ago when I first came across this shit. Because then I remember I bought that book on audiobook. I was like, fuck with that shit. But it was a dude, I saw him on Joe Rogan. So he went and republished this book. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, introduced you to a new generation. But it's a trippy little theory. But yeah, you definitely don't want to fuck with the Vatican or none of them motherfuckers neither. You know what I'm saying? Try to tell a different story of how they got it figured already. You know what I mean?
Come on now. Oh my mama.
Like, yeah, Jesus is a mushroom. You know what I mean? They walk around and they said the Hebrews were hiding it from the Romans because it was like imagine like this. So theoretically, if this is based on this theory, Jesus is a mushroom. It's a psychedelic property. So like your ability to talk to God. Back then, they would hide this for show from the Romans. You know what I mean? The Romans was like, you know, they would have viewed that as some kind of magic that they wanted their hands on. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know what I mean?
Facts. That's just like when the Pilgrims came and they wanted to take everything from the Indians.
And look at this too. What did they said Jesus was a healer, right? This is going around with the shrooms. Yeah, right. Wow, Jesus. And they said Jesus was the code name, basically, like you know, like having marijuana, like called bomb or whatever, or dank, right? That's what they called it. They called it Jesus.
Hey, I ain't heard the word. Hey, I ain't heard the word bomb used for weed in I don't know how long. That you just that's crazy.
Remember that shit? Hey, let's go
got some of the bomb. What that shit going for, man? Let me get a dime sack of that shit, man. Oh my mama. Let Let me get 3 for 25 of some of that good bomb. You got that dank? Top of the morning, Max Shells. I love you, big cuz. Oh, we got the Crooked Commission in the building, man. Chicago Clubhouse, stand the fuck up, man. Make sure y'all go slide over there, man. Subscribe, like, go through their archive, man, and hit the bell button so you know when they drop it, man. Shout out to the Crooked one, man. Bake said, then it's gonna go back to the museum across the ocean. Okay, talk about it. Not the happy story I was thinking you were going to say. Okay. Well, this is the next story, I guess it's a good one, even though they weren't able to follow through or get away completely, like my dog's middle name and last name, Scott Free. You know what I mean? These people weren't able to do that. But yeah, it's a good story right here. I wish they would have got away because I could have used an engine or two, you know what I mean? A training or something. I don't know. We got West Side Disc in the building. Hot Atlanta, stand the fuck up. Let's get it, man. 100%, man. We got my dog Ron, half of the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. He out there in Georgia, you know what I mean? 100%. Shout out to the Ignorant Thinkers podcast, man. Oh my mama. You know what I'm gonna do is since Bogey on a little break right quick, we'll play one of his videos to give him some time to come right back. Before we get into the next topic, let's play this.
Prime one, that's him. I said, who that? Act like you knew that. Bogard rock, Papa's got a brand new bag. Living in the city, sorta kinda like New Jack. When the night fall, we gon' ball, throwing blue racks. Hey, fuck is wrong with you? You can't play with me. I make the product move, the game is made for me. Finna charge it to the game, shit ain't for free. Take the chip home, ready to parade for me. Hey, make my presence felt, there's no denying me. Yeah, I know I'm the shit, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. School of hard knocks, check my degree. Do the math, it don't add up for you, try to minus me, yeah. I take flight, ain't no one flies me. I ain't polite, still ain't nobody nice as me, yeah. Provide my seeds with the finer things. The irony, the pharmacist had to provide the streets, yeah. The arsonist, burn it up 108 degrees, yeah. We lit them like the suckers make believe. They can't believe we on the grind 8 days a week. Wood full of dead out, can't nobody.
Y'all see what it is, man. Shout out to motherfucking Bogard Scott Free, man. To finding, type in Bogard Scott Free on all DP or digital streaming platforms, DSPs, excuse me. You know, the dyslexia, aka that good green be kicking in sometimes 100%. But yeah, man, we'll go ahead and get to the next topic. Here you go, right here. There you go, fella right there, man. Mama.
My bad. Baby's going. Couldn't figure out.
Oh, no worries, big bro. You already know what time it is, man. It's just a little intermission, man. 100%, man. And we got to back some realism.
You feel me?
Oh, Baba, let's get into this next topic, y'all. Like I said, I wish they could have been like my dog's middle and his last name, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. Next time, if there is a next time, they know what to do better. Oh, everything.
Real talk.
A breaking news alert from WBKO News.
Top breaking news alert coming out of Bowling Green as police are investigating the theft of 8 Corvettes from the General Motors assembly plant. Hello, everyone. I'm Mary. Bowling Green police have located all 8 cars and have arrested one of the individuals involved. 21-year-old Dante Walker of Westland.
Yeah, for real.
As a group of people were attempting to move the cars out of town. He's currently in the Warren County Detention Center, charged with receiving stolen property of $10,000 or more, fleeing or evading police, and resisting arrest. BGPD are still trying to identify the others involved.
He took the boys on one.
My boy tried to do the dash on their ass with 8 Corvettes, my G.
So he put them on the truck?
Nah, they didn't say all that. So they just said that they got caught moving them. So what I'm thinking is it was 8 people and they all was trying to drive them off. Now they might have had a truck. Now that I don't know, bro.
I wonder how they pulled that off. Like, because I mean, it could be just they taking them right off the lot at night and just driving them right off.
Man, I'm gonna show you.
Okay,
watch this. I think we might have did this story on the weekend wrap up.
Is this when they were getting the keys for it?
Nah, these motherfuckers.
They're getting keys for all the cars.
Let me see. I forgot what happened. Let me see if I can find the story. But yeah, these motherfuckers though, right here though, they just went into the motherfucking GM factory, and you know whatever they did, they cut the hole in the motherfucking gate.
Even.
Huh?
They went into the factory. Even.
Yeah, they was at the factory. So I got a story in Detroit where they went into the Detroit factory and they stole hella Hellcats.
Oh wow, that's right, because they make them things over there.
Oh my man.
Yeah, what is it called? Now it's a Tesla plant in Fremont, but it used to be called Numi. And I remember I worked there for a little while. And yeah, it's crazy being in one of them things where they build all the cars at, bro. Fucking
my
big
cousin
ass
used to
giant
work
factory.
at the where you say the Tesla plant is?
It was like right off of Fremont Boulevard, I think. Before you, it's a Tesla plant now, but back in the days it's called Numi. And they used to build like Toyotas and Lexuses, and then they started building the early Teslas over there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
so wherever I
them
think the one in
factories
Fremont is the other Tesla one in Fremont.
Yeah, the one that remember Obama, he turned into like a remember when on one of the bailouts or whatever, he made it like a big Tesla plant or something. That was the location.
Yeah, my cousin used to work at that motherfucker. So they'll pick him up in Stockton. So he'll go to Stockton, and then they'll pick you up in Stockton and take everybody from Sacramento, Stockton, and the surrounding areas.
You know how they get down over there, bro? It's crazy. They'll be like, okay, you work it's like
you work 12-hour days.
The 12-hour days, and then you do the 5 days a week, and then like twice a month you do the 6 days a week. It's like some crazy shit like that.
And then you're off for a hella days.
Yeah, and then they'll even tell like periodically they'll give you opportunities to get a fat cash like little woo wop, or they'll give you stocks. And like, you know what I mean? One of the homies has been working for Tesla forever. He's like, man, I always take the cash, and we're all laughing. I'm like, you're stupid. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a bonus, you know. Every if you're with the company for so long, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you take the stocks every time, stupid.
Yeah, I got a homegirl that still work at fucking Tesla, and she got super stocks. Oh my I used to do her mama
because they offer you it or money or cash like every so often, like, or you know what I mean, or even as bonuses. Like, I'm like, bro, just take the thing, because that's just always gonna be way more down the road than the goddamn whatever cash the motherfuckers try to cash bonuses and shit. Yeah, it's crazy though, because it's like a sweatshop the way they run it, like by definition.
No, they on everything. A lot of motherfuckers say they they trying to class action suit them for mistreatment of work shit. Here go the Detroit story right here. This ain't the story that we carry but covered, but this is the same story, if that makes sense. Please forgive me.
Okay, yeah.
The good tree is kicking in, and the dyslexia. Oh my mama. Here we go.
Our other top story here at 5. Thieves but failed to get away with some high-priced SUVs at a Stellantis assembly.
They just tried to drive them out.
Durangos that were by the fence at the Stellantis Jefferson North plant on Detroit's east side. Sean Lay, following that story, assembly plants, Sean, we are seeing have become increasingly targets.
That's right, Devin. And there's something different about this case that I want to show everyone.
You'll know, man, you'll be able to easily find somebody that work in the plant that'll get you
on the ground and from Drone 4.
Right.
Those are expensive Durango SUVs.
Those
you can see the thieves not successful in getting them off the lot. There's a reason why.
Look how big that motherfucker is.
Listen, I worked in one of those motherfuckers.
As I was driving down Conyers,
that's what I was trying to tell you. It's just kind of crazy in there, bro. I got the first month I worked there, I got lost every day finding my station.
I looked over to the right, and I saw the two trucks like over at the hill. Then I can kind of see the fence was kind of toe up.
Drone 4 can show you what this mom saw at Connor and Charlevoix as she was taking her son to work at the Jefferson North Assembly Plant around 4:30 this morning. 2 high-end, brand-new Dodge Durango SUVs on a small hill. The first SUV hung up in the security fence. An attempted theft right from the factory lot. as you can see, a failed attempt.
Oh,
JD
wow.
is a popular target for brazen auto thieves.
Brazen auto thieves. Listen, man, we came a long way from GTA, man. You know what
I'm
saying?
telling you.
When are we in GTA Part what? What's the next one they're coming out with? 6?
I think 6 coming out at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Crooked said, "Hey, that song was fired in a motherfucker, bro."
Which one?
Crooked said your song was fired in a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, my mama. He said, need to hit you up to see how much it will cost to get me an intro song for the fantasy show.
Okay, yeah. You got my line, bro. We'll figure it out for sure. You know what I mean?
Red bandana, red Lexus. Come on now.
Because what I'm
everything.
finna do too, anytime and I've definitely done intros for a number of podcasts over the years, and like the first thing I do is it feeds the ecosystem. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna hit my man's. Because more than likely he's the one that got hella beats already, like a stockpile that he could just go through first. And you know what I mean? Then he can give me the intricacies and specificities of what he wants to be said. Then I'll write the song and then lay it down. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Everyone gets a little piece off this thing because that's what it is. It's still a business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And my producer's gonna get paid, engineers are gonna get paid. You know what I mean? So, and he's a good dude, so we'll give him a good price. You know what I mean? Probably only cost him like $1 for real. You know what I mean? A street dollar, which is a note. Come on, you know what I mean? And that's super player, because like it basically that's what I would charge somebody for the time, basically. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was to get studio time, we charge $50 an hour. That's the jug, and that's the homie's price. You know what I mean? Because it's $100 an hour normally. You know what I mean? And then motherfuckers get blocks and shit.
Yeah, them Wagoneers is nastier than a motherfucker. You throw some 6s on one of them bitches, all blacked out. Oh, you looking like the president. Oh, my mama, man. Shout out to West Side Disc. We got him in the building, big bro, top of the motherfucking morning.
Yeah, man. West Side, stand up.
Dog Design is live up on the website. Ear to the streets. Let's go.
Nice.
Come on now.
NeonPeacockMerch.com. Everybody go peep out all the fresh drip. You know what I'm saying? Get you we want the $15 t-shirt sale right now. Promo code everything 15. You know what I'm saying? Get you a only you can keep it lit. You know what I mean? Get you a GWN truck. You know what I mean? We got all kind of shit over there. Get you some goddamn shower curtains. Fuck it.
Come on now. 100%. Give me your last thoughts on the young brothers trying to run it up. You know what I mean? Trying to go into the automaker where they make the cars at and slide up out of there with some brand new shit, man.
I mean, so here's the thing. Like theoretically, it's not a bad idea because you be able to with the Corvettes, man, you getting ghosts on them. You know what I mean? You gonna take the boys on, but it's just always gonna be stupid because all them cars is tracked. You know what I mean? Unless you could tell me that they knew specifically when to like go to the factory, like in case of the Detroit case, they go to the factory and they know, oh, these ain't went through that process where they tag them or something like, or put the computers in them yet, or you know what I mean?
Nah, when they finish products, I bet you the GPS work. But
then it's probably useless to woo-wop them. You know
well,
what I mean?
so you know, I follow because I'm a big car guy, so I follow a lot of motherfuckers that rebuild cars on YouTube, right? And so it's this motherfucker that he does a lot of Mopar shit, but he's not a more Mopar guy. But the motherfucker recovered a car, right? And he said the way that they disengage the motherfucking GPS and all that shit is just the antenna.
Oh, word. Okay.
That's how you disconnect all the GPS shit that connects to the computer wherever it's at. Unhook the antenna.
And then they get ghosts in the LS6 with the LS6.
100%, bro. On my mama. And then my thing is that these motherfuckers probably already have buyers lined up. Like the first story we seen, it was 8 Corvettes. Now we don't know if they Stingray C8s or C7s, what they call. We don't know if they Z06s, but if it's just a regular Corvette, it got the motherfucking LS6 in there. They come stock with them bitches. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they was in Bowling Green, Ohio, so I don't know how close to Canada they is, but like, we was talking to Peacock, they take cars to Mexico. The stolen cars from California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, they can get them motherfuckers into Mexico. And I think we did a story about motherfuckers sending cars to Mexico as well.
Look, if you're in the East Coast, like Jersey, if you're in the tri-state area, more than likely it's some Africans that's buying this shit. You know what I mean? So when you're boosting cars, they loading it up and they send it out to Africa. Them motherfuckers is buying them shits. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Right? But then like you like you said, if you close in the South, Alabama, Texas, shit like that, yeah, they tell them to Mexico. You know what I mean? Up north,
get that
I'm
bitch
pretty
to
sure
Mexico,
they're taking it
bro.
to Canada. It's hella hard to get into Canada. That's the one thing.
Bro, when I flew in, because I fly in by myself because I fucked my daughter's passport up and she couldn't go with me, right? So I'm in this motherfucker by myself. Right when I get through to the front of the TSA line, bro, I get a million motherfucking questions because I'm coming by myself. Man, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And other different ways of asking it. 100%. Oh my mama, they was
trying to get you with they said they asked you the same question 8 different ways and shit.
100 different ways. Oh my mama, a real interview.
I already told you.
Come on now. Oh, everything.
I came here, smoke some weed.
Come on now. Oh,
Vancouver, goddammit.
I'm here on vacation. Leave me the fuck alone.
What was
I'm
that
a
like?
real tourist.
2000 what? Like what era was that?
2013 I went.
Oh, okay. Not that long.
My mama. 100%. Shit, you got anything going out on this shit?
Man, they always get more brazen. I'll say that much. But like, it's just, you know, like you said, they probably have the clients lined up. Otherwise, like, you ain't just gonna sit on these joints. You know what I mean? This is inventory that's probably already pre-ordered. You know what I mean? Like, I got 8 Corvettes. You know what I mean?
Somebody put the call in for 8 Corvettes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They got a call from a Sierra Leone diamond mine fucking warlord that wanted 8 Corvettes and shit.
Them is facts.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because they do pay top dollar for them cars in other places because that, you know what I mean?
Oh no, I've seen them take the motherfucking Rolls Royce Cullinan out of the shipping container on 2 planks of wood, 2 2x4s, bro. And it says, "Oh no, why are they doing the Cullinan like this?" And it had to be in Africa or somewhere, some type of country. Oh my mama, that shit was funny.
See, and you know what's crazy is like, so like I had one of the homies allegedly back in the days. He had one of the brilliant, most ideas I ever heard. He's like, "Why don't we figure out how to buy a container?" And he's like, "We don't even need to do no illegal shit for real." He's like, "Why isn't no one thinking about just buying a container?" I'm like, I never thought of that. Because then you just ship legal shit all the time and make bread. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wow, I never thought about you just buy a container.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's as far as that convo went with my participation, at least. Because I just like, I didn't bother to look any further. Like, yeah, how would we get a container? You know what I mean? Like, you don't just go online. Like, all right, how do I get one?
That's funny that you said that because my dad went to China with the fellowship, the men's fellowship of his church, right, with the pastor and all that. And my dad they all came back with so much stuff, but the point of the trip was to get stuff for the church and all that, you know what I mean, to go meet the manufacturers. You know, they wanted to cut out the middleman and go straight to the source, you know what I mean? And that was one of the discussions that they had, was getting them containers and you know, filling them up and bringing them from China, bro. No lie. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, there's some legendary shit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, containers, shipping arcades is full of alleged shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, these do wild shit back in the days, allegedly. You know what I mean? But like, never thought of that. Like, damn, how would we buy a container for real? You get into business of shipping cars for real. You know what I mean? Facts.
That's a brand.
Really run it up.
Yeah, because then it's like, we're not, and then, you know, obviously having the containers versus like, we're not trying to have the tankers. You know what I mean? That's gas now. Imagine you get your hands on a tanker, like, hey, blood, I got a tanker for real. Yeah. I need to sell all these containers though. You know what I mean? That motherfucking tanker gas, that shit costs big buku.
Yeah, you ain't lying. 100%. Lee said, thanks, Peacock. We just ordered the pillow. My wife loves it. Thank you so much. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh, my
That's
mama.
cool. With the dogs on it.
Bakes a lot said, Canada's population has grown expeditionally. Oh
exponentially.
100% good looking on the Arabic and Indian front. I heard that they have been protesting for changes in parliament to adopt some of their laws and believe civil war is brewing everywhere.
Wow. And you would have thought there's some motherfuckers is just polite over there. They're just like, you know what? Just ask nicely and just say please. And they go, okay, yeah, that's like the Canadian way.
Come on now.
That was always like, that's a cool stereotype to have, though. Like you just have a stereotype, but they're just nice people.
Hey, shout out to my up north fellas, man. On everything, all the beautiful people up north.
And prejudice and all that shit. That shit, it'll never truly go away. It's unfortunate, and even in places like Canada, where it's a welcoming place, and now you got all these flourishing nationalities that probably would rather go to Canada than America. Like think about the Muslims for the longest. Like they had a bad rap after 9/11, and even you know what I mean. Like you know what I'm saying, just being having fucked up stereotypes on you that you know what I'm saying. It's an American way. It's kind of fucked up.
Crook said the only issue with buying containers is like that if you accidentally get the wrong one and have some humans in it. Hey, shout out to The Wire. Oh my mama, that's a scene in The Wire. The little clip we just seen. That's a scene in The Wire. 100%. Oh my mama. Fucking hey, somebody got the fucking grill fired up right now. Got me mad. Got my stomach growling like a motherfucker. Oh, everything.
Yeah.
Let's get into the last motherfucking topic. This is some old, like, I wouldn't say Dexter type of shit, but you know what I mean? It has something to do with like fucking, let me shut up. Let's get into it. There's some creepy shit, y'all.
New details in that story we first brought to you as breaking news just last night. The man accused of having 3 bodies in a Greenville storage unit goes before a judge today. Those 3 bodies were found at iStorage on East Reed Road in Greenville. 3 News Side's Teddy Reedy has exclusive video of the suspect and reaction from a shocked community.
Just last night, Washington County deputies showed up to this storage unit right behind me here after an employee made a call about multiple bodies being found in the unit. Now a Greenville man is facing 3 charges of improper desecration of corpses. The local ice storage facility on East Street in Greenville was the spot where the once licensed Albert Creeth allegedly kept 3 bodies. Creeth was illegally running his funeral home out of the storage unit. Creeth previously owned Creeth Memorial Services up until he lost his license and his business. He was arraigned this afternoon at the Washington County Justice Court, right across
that guy's a weirdo.
Funeral home.
Every life deserves dignity. And given that fact, we want to make sure that justice is served.
Whoa.
How crazy is that, bro?
That guy's creepy, bro. That guy has the necrophiliac. That guy got necrophiliac written all over him.
Can you hear it?
It was super low. I didn't know if that was like on purpose or not.
Oh, okay. Let me.
People trust these funeral homes.
Oh, there you go.
Trust them to do services, and they, of course, they pay them. You know, they pay for the necessary service to be done as humane as possible. So, for us to get to this is something different, but I do feel for the families.
A judge officially set Creeth's bond at $600,000. That's $200,000 for each count of improper desecration of a body. And the officials we spoke with were not exactly clear on why Creeth's license to operate a funeral home was taken away. And we are currently working to find out more. From Greenville, Teddy Reedy, 3.
There it is there, y'all. A motherfucker was holding, what they say, 3 bodies in the fucking storage unit. This motherfucker was a licensed mortician. I guess that's the name of his profession, a mortician or whatever they do, you know what I mean? And he loses his license. See, that was a damn good question at the end. Why did bruh lose his fucking license for his business? 100%.
Yeah, he was already doing, he's already doing some improper shit. I'm assuming.
Talk about it. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm listening. It's about to get real dark right here, but I ain't gonna lie. That's like that's some weirdo shit, bro. There's a term for it. I think he's a necrophiliac, bro.
My bad, bro. My bad.
No, it's all good.
100%.
I think Brad's a necrophiliac, bro.
I'll come back. Yeah, no, he's a fucking weird. But and see, that's the thing though. Like the family members, right? You didn't pay this motherfucker to properly, give their loved ones, you know what I mean, the right look and all that to send them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A proper funeral
To
and all that.
their
And
proper send off to their final resting place.
100%, bro is a complete weirdo. And like if you lost your license, how was you gonna properly, do the things that you told the loved ones to they, for their family member? How was you even gonna make that happen? And then
I'm assuming too, like those bodies that he ended up like keeping, I guess he just decided to keep those ones. Like maybe they were supposed to be set for like cremation or something. Then he just gives them some, he throws a Presto log in there and gives them some fucking ashes and be like, here it is, and he keeps the body. That's some real weirdo shit going on there, man.
Right, and then like if you lost your license, you don't got your building. So how long was they gonna stay there? And then how did you even get them in there? What was it? Big old coffins? You know what I mean? Or like, come on, man, that's.
And he had them in the storage wool wops. And like, I mean, like, normally, you know what I'm saying, you would be able to smell that motherfuckers from a mile away. But like, if he's in that business and he knows how to preserve the bodies and he done prep them, it basically like mummifies them in them fucking storage units, essentially, bro. That's just crazy.
And the cold thing is the workers found this shit. So they went up in bruh's locker. Did he not pay the fees? And you know what I mean? They went up in that motherfucker, or what's the smell? Because you like you said,
bro, a sick person like this might have been wanting to get caught so he could stop. He probably know he's not going to be able to stop himself. And it could be as simple as just not paying that shit. They're going to find it and they'll come after me eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's probably his state of mind, because at least I would hope so, because sick people like that shouldn't be running around, bro. You know what I mean? Like how vulnerable, I mean, like that's like, bro, this desecration of a body, bro, that's an actual charge for real. Like that's
they hit him with 3 of them. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's ugh. It's just to think, me, my mind goes somewhere else. Like, oh, I hope this guy wasn't. He has necrophiliac written all over him, bro. The guy's a real weirdo.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. It shows you how it's sick motherfuckers out there. 100%, bro. Crooked said this is a whole new meaning to not like us.
Yeah.
Bake said, crazy that in Colorado you don't need a license to embalm. Just like the couple that own the funeral homes with 100 bodies stacked on the top of each other, giving people cement and instead of ashes. Fuck, this shit crazy, bro. 100%, man.
I mean, like back in the days, that would be a hustle to sell cadavers, right? Because then, like science, like my man Bones right here, they motherfuckers would have an actual skeleton. They would pay top dollar for that shit. So like there was like grave robbers and all kind of like fools were doing, or like fools in mortuaries that were slinging cadavers on the side. Like, but this guy's on some weirdo shit.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like at the end of the news story, and they said they're gonna keep us updated, so we're gonna keep the people updated because they don't know why bruh lost his motherfucking license. You know what I mean? What the fuck was he doing?
And that's crazy because like I didn't even know that there's certain places you don't even need a license to just do that shit.
Right.
Like I know, like in some like reservations and shit, like there could be some tribes that actually like they do certain burial rituals and certain ceremonies. But like in America, right? Like it's like you legally have to be declared certain things. So there's certain people that are that are certified to do documentation and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's an actual business. You know what I mean? So you can't just operate in most places without having that license.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's definitely mishandling. It could be enough to lose your license. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was doing some type of faulty shit. 100%. And it's just scary to think of what he was doing with the bodies, let alone already get in trouble for having improperly, storing bodies. And then even if they is embalmed and all that, like, right before they go to the final resting place, like, don't they got to be in a certain temperature, like type shit? You know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah.
Man, it's
Like
fucked up, dog.
Yeah, the heat definitely speeds up the decaying process. And then even like, you know, when the bodies is in full rigor, you know what I mean? Like the rigor mortis is like they're stiff as a board. Like they literally have to break bones to like, you know, arrange bodies sometimes in the casket. You know what I mean?
Cold
It got
blood,
really dark,
dog.
didn't it?
100%, man. Hey, like the reporter said, they gonna dig more into this story. So I'm gonna keep my eye out for the part 2 because we do love part 2s around this. Part 3s, we got a couple of them that we working on or that we waiting on to drop, so we can, you know, stay in tune to some of these stories, man.
This story is gonna be one of those guys that ends up on the dark, the strange, and the mysterious channel. Watch.
100%. No,
I've been
for
binging
sure.
them shit. That's why, like, my mind immediately went to that shit. I was like,
No,
oh, shit.
bro,
Weirdo shit.
that's exactly what it is. Because once we find out what the fuck he was doing to lose his license, and then on top of it, you know, these 3 might not have been the only 3 that might have been in the storage. You know what I mean? It might have been most shit because he could have probably been lost his license and been doing shit on his side to hustle. You know what I mean? 100%. Ain't no telling. That's everything. So yeah, we gonna find out what's going on. Let the people know where they can find you at and what you got coming up. You know what I mean?
And you know, saying anywhere you consume your music, Bogard scot-free on Apple, Tidal, YouTube, things of that nature. Gen WealthNet on YouTube, Gen WealthNet _ on Instagram. Definitely stay tapped in with us. We're continuing the countdown to the 2025 NFL draft. We got 15 days away, and we will be doing full draft coverage. And you know what I'm saying, man, just stay locked in, bro. You know what I mean? Spence, the Guru Nation Power Hour is back. You know what I mean? If you want to check out first 16 picks we had laid out his mock draft, and we're gonna do 17 through 32 this Sunday. So you know what I'm saying, just stay tapped in. You know what I mean? OJ and a blunt for breakfast again tomorrow morning, and wake your game up with the homies on Friday.
Let's get it, man. For our motherfucking main man Slim, make sure you follow him at Instagram, Boogie Vision 45 100%, and on YouTube From a Fan's Perspective. Episode 17 just dropped. Make sure you go slide over there and help run it up on my mama. Like Bogey said, wake your game up on Friday, man. Y'all know what time it is. Let's get it, man. 100%.
And be sure to and you know, today is the last day of our Everything 15 sale on neonpeacockmerch.com. Promo code Everything15, $15 t-shirts and 15% off the entire site. Let's go.
Let's go. Until tomorrow, y'all. We'll be right back. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed weekend, and be safe out there. Peace. Let's get it.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.